talking. First of all, we talking about the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't want to see Trick Daddy and Trina talking about you don't know Nat. You mean to tell me you want to see them over Shakira and JLo? First of all, we in Miami. Have you been to Miami? This is Latino Nation.
Trina still looks good though.
Man, I don't want to see her over JLo or Shakira. I don't want to see her perform.
She does lose when it comes to JLo and Shakira together versus just Trina. I'm taking JLo and Shakira together.
Hey, add Trick Daddy to Trina. I don't want to see him either.
He looked really bad.
Hey,
He's probably in somebody's rehab.
Hey, but you know, no. Trick Daddy got lupus.
Lupus and a drinking problem.
I can't.
Lupus
I can't
and drugs don't really go together unless they prescribe for the lupus.
Well, I can't really speak about his personal habits, but I do know that he is battling with lupus.
Nigga, did you see James Brown mugshot? He was battling a whole lot of demons too.
Man, he was the demon. He was.
My nigga looked like a straight Super Saiyan in his
without the gold hair.
He didn't need no extras.
The gray hair Super Saiyan.
No, but JLo looked great. I thought when she pulled out that pole, I thought she was gonna do a little bit more. I was like nervous because the kids was in the room. Like, okay, what's she gonna do with this pole?
It was with her and Shakira combined. It was a perfect show. I felt like it was tasteful, but then the haters is like, it was too much. It was too revealing. But
Shakira,
who was the dude last Super Bowl that had his shirt off and all the?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, whatever.
Shakira was in that motherfucking camera like, I don't know what she was saying, but I was just mesmerized that she was just doing the tongue action in the camera at the Super Bowl.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is that I enjoyed the halftime show.
Yeah,
and if you didn't enjoy the halftime show, you are a hater.
Haters. Assholes.
That's fine.
Welcome to the JMatt Show.
This is my favorite part of the show right here.
Episode 58, I do believe.
Hey, man, I want to ask, man, did we skip 55?
No, we ain't skip shit. It was just that I think episode 55 wasn't on Spotify. I think it was only on YouTube.
Okay. So I looked up, I'm like, man, I was, all right.
Yeah. You know what's funny, though? I actually enjoy listening to the pod on Spotify more than YouTube.
I can dig that.
I always been like that, man. I always listen to podcasts, and before podcasts was being the popular thing to do was to record them. It was just like radio. So I always like to imagine what was going on in the studio while they was, having their conversations. Now it's like ain't no mystery behind what's happening. Everybody want to see every fucking thing, bro.
Actually, the only one that I like really, really watching itself on video is The Breakfast Club. I like The Breakfast Club, but I can listen to them either way because it's convenient for me to be able to listen like in my car when I'm rolling.
It is. That was a genius thing that Puffy did with Revolt TV. Yeah. Does he go by? Is it still Puffy?
I mean, I know he's still Puffy, but he tried to call himself Love or something.
Yeah, remember
like
Brother Love?
The old red-faced Brother Love from WWF.
No, I don't remember that.
Hey, that Brother Love. He used to come out with the Undertaker.
See, that's your second wrestling reference, man. You was kind of a wrestler.
That's it. Huh? Yeah, I'm a wrestler still to this day.
Still to this day.
Hell yeah, I just watched Royal Rumble last week.
Yeah, that was the reference. That was the reference. Who's the like newest, hottest wrestler out right now?
The newest, hottest wrestler out right now?
Or who's been dominating? I don't know. I'm just really curious right now.
Brock Lesnar is back. He's dominating.
So he's still going back and forth from the MMA to...
Actually, he ain't even been doing nothing in MMA lately.
So he's just done with that.
Yeah,
that's smart because he's older.
Yeah, he's part-time too. Like I started to learn over the years that when these dudes get older, you don't see them that often because they be part-time. But Brock Lesnar, he's still beating ass too. That's what's crazy.
Nice to be
a big
a part-time wrestler. And speaking of like MMA, Brock Lesnar, all that other shit. We was talking about Joe Rogan just a second ago. Joe Rogan, he was talking about how, I was just listening to one of his podcasts, and he said that it's great to have hosting the MMA or whatever it is, color commentary MMA as a side gig. Like that's what he does for fun.
A side gig.
That's what he do for fun. Is do this MMA shit. And for all y'all that don't know, don't really give two fucks about podcasting or what this world is like. Joe Rogan just made $30 million last year just off podcasting. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh shit, I'm about to give me a motherfucking podcast, nigga." That's when
No.
Not so fast, they say. Joe Rogan was one of the first to do this shit. This nigga started this shit 10 years ago. So, y'all know how quickly y'all is to quit some shit when you don't see results in 5 minutes. Like, y'all niggas is really impatient when commercials come on, and that's why we have DVR.
That's the difference between when you're doing something just to make money opposed to doing it because it's your passion. And that's where a lot of people fail out here, man. Y'all just trying to jump on the boat and try to do something to catch $1. Y'all don't understand, man. This shit's not a joke, man.
Nah. It really takes hard work, dedication, and consistency in order to make anything really work out.
Hey, this is the JMatt show. This is the JMatt show. But I got to show myself to be dedicated to the JMatt show in ways that people ain't even going to be dedicated to their own shit.
It's about seeing anything that you enjoy grow into whatever idea you have it in your head, and as long as it takes.
Shout out to Wayne Trains.
That's coming soon.
Coming soon.
When you talk about like, and that's another aspect of when we was talking about like branches. When you have good ideas, you brainstorm, and then different branches of those ideas and thoughts just take off, right? So because there's literally no end to the possibilities of anything that you can imagine or think of. That's within the realm of possibility. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody about to be out here like, okay, I'm about to fly next week. I'm working on a protocol. No, you ain't no mad scientist out here. We're not about to levitate in 2 weeks. But if you're trying to really make an idea that you have in your mind that's feasible, that's within the grasp of reality, there's no limits to that. All type of different branches and shit can come off of that, especially if around people that like to, what's the word? When you like trying to grow in something. When they try, people that nurture. People that are nurturing of your ideas, especially if they're good.
Yeah, I follow this guy on Instagram. I have Facebook too, but his name, I think he called his name Prince Donnell, and I just reposted one of his videos.
Prince Donnell, that's a hell of a name.
Yeah,
is he a real prince?
Nah, I don't know, but I don't even know that might be his real name. I don't know, but whatever the case, man, he dope, man. He owns a tax company, but one of his videos he just posted recently, he was talking about the difference between being a business owner and being an entrepreneur. And
that's a big difference.
It is. It's a big difference. He was talking about how being a business owner, that's when you're passionate about one thing. And an entrepreneur is like, hey, if the idea, if it sounds, if it's lucrative, hey, this is a good idea. I can monetize off of this and everything. And the thing is, when you are an entrepreneur, based off of what he was saying, you got to be a real life hustler. You can't just be out here just talking about I'm an entrepreneur and it's just all about just opening up a bunch of LLCs and that's it.
Right.
And you got to put in work.
Yeah, I did some videos about that a few years back, and I think for me the biggest characteristic, it's like a few characteristics that's really important to being an entrepreneur, but the one that sticks out to me the most is risk taker.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to take a risk. There's a gambling aspect to entrepreneurs that most people don't really want to have, because a lot of people, I'd rather have my money in my pocket as opposed to exposing it to something that I'm really not sure if that should have worked out or not.
Man, do you believe in yourself enough to bet it all? You gonna bet on yourself? Like, man, but we bet on other people.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We bet on billionaires. We're going to put all of our money into businesses that's already established, but we would not bet on ourselves, and we won't even bet on our friends.
It's too risky. We'll much rather go with the sure thing as opposed to trying to build something into what Because those billionaires, they had to build their shit too.
Man, I challenge anybody out there. Instead of buying that next pair of Jordans, take that $200 and look at one of your friends that got a business and be like, man, this is what I'm going to do. Instead of me buying these shoes that's going to wear out after a certain amount of time, I'm going to take this couple $100 and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sow into your business. Who out there willing to do that? Who willing to just be like, I'm going to sacrifice a pair of shoes that's going to go to this billionaire that ain't going to miss this $200. And I'm going to sow into my boy or my girl or whoever that is to say, hey, I believe in your dream. Go make it happen. Who going to do that?
They don't believe in your dream as much as they believe in that broad shaking her ass at the stripper bowl. Because that motherfucking $200 will take them much further in their mind at the stripper bowl than with your idea.
Oh my God, man! And when I looked at the floor of the strip club, man,
all type of dreams and aspirations on that floor. You couldn't see
the floor was money.
The floor was goals,
man. Listen,
it was everybody's goals.
Listen,
which is why they was there. I heard it was
so many surgeries just got paid for.
I heard the stripper bowl was like the mecca of the strippers around. It's like a strippers association meeting,
man.
What's the word that's been floating around this year for like conferences of people? It's like after that conference, Coachella, like Cella, something Cella.
Coachella.
Everybody has a Cella.
What?
I heard everybody was doing meetings and just calling Cella. Like,
just
like the
stripper
Cella. It seemed like the stripper Cella. It's like everybody around the country. Not everybody, I would say the whores, as Black youngster would say, the whores around the country who would like to have their dreams fulfilled in the weekend.
They winning, bro.
Down the stripper bowl.
They're winning.
But did they really win?
Hey, listen, I just want to say this.
Because the reports that I heard was...
To the beautiful, great women out there, I love you. Like, you do not have to be that.
You're not putting no cape on right now, right? You married.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. No. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say... What I'm saying is this, is that we live in a day and age now where it's all about being an IG model and it's all about being able to go swing on the pole, and that's what's being glorified now. And what I'm saying is that good, wholesome women are being overlooked for this. Like, man, it's so many posts that I come across and I look at the comments and they be like, this is what y'all like. They blame men for women going to get these surgeries and going and tearing up their bodies and they like, this is what men like, and they feel like we're the ones that's driving women into becoming this.
Are we not? I'm not fully siding it, but I'm just saying, like, I think there's two sides.
Man, at the end of the day,
three.
Okay, like, yes, from a superficial standpoint, okay, it's cool to look at. Yeah, you go to the strip club, you throwing money at it. Yeah, but at the same time, man, I'm a little bit different. I got to get below the surface on it, and I don't care what you look like. If the substance of who you are don't match up with who I am, it don't make no difference how much surgery you done got. You out here killing yourself to look a certain type of way short term, because guess what? You're going to get old. And then when you get old, guess what? That man that it is that you did all of this work for is going to go and find a younger version of what you are.
And the natural version. Listen, I had an idea in my mind because I was thinking about, you know, everything is a trend. Exactly. The trendy shit is going to be back to the natural shit. After y'all motherfuckers done cut y'all bodies up and flown down to Colombia.
Pump your lips full of bullshit.
Y'all done let Vasquez fucking... do your titties in the basement of some fucking bodega. You know what I'm saying? Now 20 years later, y'all wondering why you got health problems and why don't nobody want to really fuck with you, because damn, natural done came back.
Hey man, look. You asked the question. You said, are we responsible for this? And I'm gonna say no, because I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not about to go and get no enhancements. And like, I feel like my only enhancements is gonna be me either eating right or it's gonna be me going to the gym and doing what it is that I got to do. Ain't no way in the world. Like, I mean, a lot of them, they doing it for their profession. But then you got some of them that's just doing it because they're just not confident in how they look.
Remember dudes was getting calf implants?
Was they?
Yeah, that was a thing.
I know some dudes was getting the pec implants.
And bicep implants.
Calf implants?
Yes.
Hey, I might have to give me some of those because my calves ain't shit.
It's hard to get calf muscles.
Man,
I've been working on them shits for fucking 15
I've been standing on my tiptoes my whole life. I ain't got shit.
They could be walking like, man, look at still ain't got no
genetically, it
calves.
just ain't for me, man.
Yeah.
Like, man, listen, I ain't sitting up here, man. Let me pull it out, man. Listen, I'm not about to go and get the beard, the man weave. I'm not about to go and get the little dots that they be putting on your head to make it look like you still got a hairline, man. Listen,
don't let LeBron's botched implant surgery stop you from trying it out, bro. I'm pretty sure you find a better doctor than LeBron.
But did LeBron come out with like a like a modern day like toupee or some shit?
Hey,
what was that fell off when he
that one piece?
Hey, Anthony Davis was like, "Hey, my nigga, your hair, your shit."
Now LeBron, really, honestly, bro, he might be able to. He could get away with the bald head. I'm sure he could.
I don't understand why.
We would adapt to it so because he got the full beard, bro. You straight, bro.
You good.
We respect you, man. You got all the accolades and awards, man. Like we got you, bro.
After the 1 year that we lost in the finals, remember, like a couple days later, they showed him training, and he had almost a whole bald head.
Man,
and
he did.
I'm like, dude, just roll with that.
Almost had the full head. He was working on some waves around the front area for a second, and then everything just went haywire.
Man, listen, man. What are we talking about?
So look,
man?
I got something I want to get off my chest today.
Okay.
I'm about to bring this whole situation at the JMatt show back to where I felt most comfortable, which is getting shit off my chest and using this whole platform of mine as a therapeutic session. So today I'm gonna talk about what the fuck triggers me.
Do I need to move and sit over here and let you lay on the couch?
No, I'm not gonna lay down.
It's a therapy session.
I'm not gonna lay down.
No? Okay.
I'm not gonna lay down. It's room, but I'm not gonna do that. Because I want to get your ideas on this whole trigger word. Not really the word, but that's kind of like the popular term that we're using now, basically for shit that gets on your fucking nerves. Basically, right? Isn't trigger just shit that fucking bothers you and gets on your goddamn nerves? So I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what that is, and hopefully y'all can work through this shit live on the show.
Okay.
Before that though, you didn't watch our gangster ass president give a great show yesterday? Now, when I say great show, I am not talking about anything that has to do with politics. Even though the State of the Union is all politics.
You mean a real life show?
I'm talking about the theatrics of this president. Oh my God.
Lights, cameras,
nigga, you could tell if you was like from Mars and you was like, hey man, what is reality TV? And the Martians was like, I want to see what reality TV is. And then you put on the fucking State of the Union, like all the pre-shit before this the speech. That is fucking reality TV, bro. That is as pure a bullshit that you would ever witness on television. There's no reality about reality TV, right?
Man, politics is bullshit.
Exactly.
Flat out.
Reality TV is bullshit, and we got the perfect person
to be able to display it all.
To display it all. And as the president, this motherfucker is a reality TV king.
He had a reality show.
Exactly. My nigga. So, honestly, if no one saw the State of the Union, you didn't really miss anything. But I'm speaking to how arrogant the Trump guy is. I don't even know what to call him. I don't even want to call him the 45. President. Yeah, whatever fuck the number is. But this 45. Dude is the most arrogant guy I've seen as a politician in my life. I don't think he knows how to bring his chin down to his chest. He walks like this.
Oh my God.
All the fucking time.
Pompous as motherfucker, man.
This nigga holds his head so high it is it is something to see. I swear to God, in the midst of Republicans and Democrats going back and forth over this
red shit and blue shit,
right? All the gang wars that you could think of. He walked into that room knowing he was untouchable, knowing he wasn't about to get removed, knowing that he was just in a room full of motherfuckers who didn't like him. He knew it, and the way he turned his back to Nancy Pelosi was the gangster shit ever, bro.
with the handshake.
Bro, she almost had to do like one of these and just dap herself up. left her hanging so bad. I know she was mad the whole time listening to this nigga talk.
Oh my God.
To the fact that she ripped this nigga's speech up.
Man, hey man, listen, when she ripped up the speech, man, I'm just like, hey, I'm so glad they caught it. I'm so glad they caught it, man.
Oh my God. Fam, I know she was waiting to do that.
She had to be. She should have ripped that fuck up as soon as she got it, just to really just be an ass wipe about it, just like fuck it.
Really, she looked like she wanted to frisbee that motherfucker on out of there as soon as.
Hey, that was the only thing that was missing. Once she ripped it, I'm like, oh my God, what is she gonna do next? I'm like, oh man, like please take that fucking toss it over your shoulder or something.
Now sidebar, is it just me or do Nancy Pelosi look like the meanest grandmama on planet Earth?
She like she should be like one of the Golden Girls.
Yeah, who was the mean one? It was the tall daughter was the mean one.
I don't even remember
the one who didn't get laid ever. That's Nancy Pelosi, man. She like she ain't had sex in 30 years, fam. I wouldn't be surprised. She looks disgusting. But she was really pissed off. I didn't really have too much else to say about the State of the Union, but that shit was
I turned
hilarious.
To the basketball game.
Oh, you really didn't have much to do. I ain't watched no NBA all year.
Oh no, I had to see Zion against the Greek Freak, but you know that's my small sports plug.
Yeah.
You know,
okay. Yeah. We talked about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Black History Month. It's the beginning of Black History Month.
It's the beginning.
It's the beginning, and I thought it was cool just to go back to the Super Bowl for a moment. They brought out the Tuskegee Airmen. They brought out. I thought that was actually dope. It was the 100-year mark of the NFL.
Yeah.
And they brought out veterans of World War II, and they were all over 100 years old. I thought that was dope. And one of the veterans that they brought out there was a Tuskegee Airman, black man. And everybody else that they wheeled out there was all old, decrepit, couldn't talk, couldn't really walk, couldn't do much. But it was the Tuskegee Airman, my proud brother, who stood up, saluted, and walked to the coin toss and represented for the Negroes. Salute. Let's give it up to the Tuskegee Airmen.
Black still don't crack.
100 years old. This nigga had a hell of a week because he was also at the State of the Union. That nigga been traveling at 100. He gets around.
Hey, but that's why he's still getting around, because, hey.
Black don't crack, like you said.
Hey, man, I got an aunt and uncle that's turning 100 this year, man. Man, and I'm talking about like...
You got two relatives that's hitting 100?
They're married.
What?
My uncle, 99, actually, I think my uncle just turned 99, and his wife is 99, getting ready to be 100 this year. She's a year older than him. And when I tell you, man, it's one of those situations that you just, it's crazy how God, man, when you go in their house, his wife, man, she got to be smoking a pack a day.
Is it just thick?
It's just thick, man. Like if it was weed, you going in and you catching the contact instantly, man.
You sit on the couch and then plumes of smoke.
I'm saying you like, and when I tell you, it's so beautiful, but sad at the same time, because you know the moment that one go, the other one going right behind. It always happens like that.
That's
it's almost like
beautiful though.
But what I love about it is I feel like they live for each other.
That's
like they just sitting back, just relaxing, chilling, just living how they want to live.
We both old as fuck.
Old than a motherfucker,
but together,
man.
Though.
Together, 100, man. 100.
So how long have they been married? Did you say that?
Shit.
About 80 years.
God, man, somewhere like somewhere like that, man. Like I don't know the exact amount of time, but still.
But, you know, they used to get married very young back then. So if we just assume they got married at 20 years old, I mean, Shit.
And it's crazy because like he about to be 100. This is my grandfather's brother. My grandfather passed away when I want to say like 61, 61, somewhere around there. And I remember it was a time that I felt like I used to think 60 was old. When you a kid, you think 60 old. Like for the longest, I thought like, hey, 60 is about that year. You out of here. Once I see my grandfather pass at that age, now I be looking like, man, 60 still young.
I changed my perspective on that. Old to me is now once you 70 and up is old.
Man, to me, old is what you make it.
It is what you make it.
It's what you make it, man. Because like you said, we talking about Tuskegee Airmen out here. You say he at the Super Bowl, then he at the State of the Union. Man, you old when you stop living your life. That's how I feel.
Oh, man. Rush Limbaugh received the highest civilian award at the State of the Union. Rush Limbaugh. I just had to throw that out there. I don't remember what the name of the award is, but yeah, he got saluted, which was strange, because it's Black History Month, and he did have a token nigga up there.
Of course he did.
You know what I'm saying, to represent black people that get clean from drugs and turn their life around and get jobs and rehabilitate themselves.
Hey man, hold on.
What?
Hold on, man. Like, even when you talk about the State of the Union, that's another thing, man, with Trump shouting out the black people and shit. Like, I'm looking like, is it not Black History Month? Y'all let him get away with this shit, man. Like, I'm done with the State of the Union.
Do you remember I posted this clip last year, or no, not last year, it was a few years ago, man, of Trump. And he was at one of his rallies, and he had one of his token black people in the audience.
My African American.
There's my African American.
Right, man. I'm like, man, how? Ain't nobody beat this nigga up yet, man. And like, I want to be very careful. We are not talking about assassination and like, why ain't nobody punched this nigga in the jaw yet, man? That's
or throw a shoe at him like
something, man. Nothing. My God, ain't nobody had one of those piece of papers with the rubber band. And nobody did nothing.
Pelosi, man, she should have.
Oh my God,
that speech, man. They hit that nigga on the back of the head with that.
like neck this nigga, man.
Like when you get a fresh shave of ball.
Yeah, man, you come on, man. Somebody, man. Like just go to pull his hair off. Anything. I'm satisfied, man. Just something. Woo! And then let him finish his term. I just need something, man.
Hey, this guy is hilarious, man. He's hilarious. It was one other thing I wanted to say. Oh, it was back about the Super Bowl. It was I've been noticing these propaganda commercials, and I know that's fucking what you call it, because commercials are propaganda. But did you notice how many commercials they had about 5G?
I didn't pay no attention to that.
I did. And I noticed it because they've been cutting down a lot of trees in my neighborhood. They just today, they just cut down this big-ass fucking tree right across the street. And I don't know if anybody know about 5G, but in order to have 5G work effectively in everybody's household, you can't have a lot of interference.
No.
5G doesn't work well going through buildings and obstacles and solid material. So a lot of the easiest way, because you can't knock down buildings, the easiest way to get 5G to people more effectively is to cut down trees. So if you start noticing people out there, I know y'all don't really like to pay attention to shit, but if you just start noticing tree companies around cutting down fucking trees and branches and shit all over the place, it's because they need 5G to make its way through your neighborhood.
All right, well, that's cool for the carriers, man. But my favorite Super Bowl commercial, man, and I just got to talk about this real quick because it's related to heights. But the one Super Bowl commercial where it was really geared towards the coach of the 49ers, the female coach. Did you catch that?
I didn't catch it.
Yeah, so, I'll show that to you later.
She had a whole commercial?
She had a commercial, but throughout the commercial, she talked, she's a female NFL coach.
Right,
and what they did was they started showing pictures of other females playing sports that men or pretty much football players, and one of the pictures that they posted was the two girls that play for Heights.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, so that was dope. I mean, I saw the commercial before, the Super Bowl, knowing that it was going to air. But to be able to see, man, can you imagine how that had to feel for them? To like, man, I'm on TV during the Super Bowl. Because I didn't been a person to pave the way to say like, yes, I'm a female football player. Like, not saying that you're the first or anything like that, but like, hey, that's our high school. I thought that was dope.
It is more dope for the girls in the commercial, and it is dope for the female coach in the NFL. But it's like, she was young as a fuck. I don't know how young she actually is, but she looks very fucking young.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, how many motherfuckers was turned down so her young ass could get the fucking job? She got to be connected to somebody.
But she was a player too.
So young.
But you know what? It does come down to credentials, man. If you're good at what you do,
it comes down more to nepotism, and when it comes to that.
I feel that, but it's hard to be able to say much about it when the team that you coaching for is in the Super Bowl. So you got to be doing something right.
Possibly. I will say possibly, and I'll leave it at that because we're talking about that woman and all that shit is sensitive, which I really don't give a fuck. I'll say anything about anything. I don't give a damn. But because it's a woman, I get it. She's woman, you're Super Bowl.
Tread lightly.
We'll leave it at that. So congratulations to you on being on the Super Bowl team.
Hey, shout out to all of those women, man. Like, man, you out here definitely being encouraging.
Right. Most importantly, Wayne's wife.
See, I ain't said one thing. Is it Wednesday?
It is. All right, let's get to my fucking topic. All right. My weekend was normal. Watched the Super Bowl like everybody else did, right? Did you do anything this weekend worth speaking or mentioning?
Now, outside of the Super Bowl, shit, I got to think about it. And if I got to think about it, it wouldn't.
Okay, you didn't do nothing, but
no.
Okay, yeah, you just was a parent and was training. You was a parent training, a training parent.
Damn. Yeah.
So, here's the thing. I want to talk about motherfucking liars. And in other words, things that trigger me. Liars trigger me. And I don't even want to, that's too simple of a way to put it. Because it's actually deeper than that. I'm just trying to be funny.
Habitual liars?
That could be wrapped up in it too. Because you're a type of a liar and I don't like any of you. But really what fucking gets under my skin is when people say things that are contrary to my actual character. When you speak about me and my character or who I am, personality, things like that, that are opposite of what the fuck the reality is about me. That's really what the fuck gets under my skin. Here's a couple things that are making me think about this, right? This weekend. What's today? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. So, a couple days ago, I get a knock on my door. At night. It's like 7 something. I'm not expecting nobody to be knocking at my door. So, alright, I do that shit. I peek through the curtains. I'm not just about to come to the fucking door.
And ain't nobody just popping up in my fucking
Could be the police. I might not be here.
Right.
So, I'm peeking. Alright. So I see it's a white guy. I live in a Jewish neighborhood. So it could be one of these guys around here. So I go to the door, and it's my neighbor. My neighbor, who's never introduced himself to me, just pops up at my door. I'm like, okay. He shakes my hand. Wayne, this is the part that fucking pisses me off. Immediately I'm pissed off. I'll tell you why I'm pissed off, but I'm pissed off that he shook my fucking hand. I'll tell you why later. So he shakes my hand, says, "Hi, I'm such and such, live next door." "Oh, nice to meet you." He proceeds to ask me questions. Now, I'll get straight to it because I'm not good at telling stories. last week when remember Delonte was here on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Right? Was that last
That's
week or
the week before last. Yeah.
Holy shit. My whole days is off.
Yeah.
So
If Hill was here last week, that was the week
right.
before, right?
Exactly. So shit, I'm all fucked up. So Delonte was here. And I remember us talking about me being at the dealership, right?
Right.
All right. So got wifey a new car. 3 days later, my car, which is the older vehicle, battery dies. Wifey done fucking drove my car, left the lights on, shit like that. Drained my battery. All right. Wife needs to get out in the morning and go to work. My car is in front of hers. She can't get out. My clever ass decides, hey, instead of fucking panicking, because you know how women are. When they need to be somewhere, they need to go somewhere.
Right.
How am I going to...
Right, keep calm.
Relax.
I got this.
It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
There's ways around this situation. So I back her vehicle out of the garage, drive across my back lawn, out the neighbor's driveway.
Right.
Boom. She like, I come back in the house. I'm like, yeah, you can go to work. She like, what did you do? I just drove down the neighbor's driveway. Oh, I would have never thought about that. That's why you got me. Kudos to me. Making shit happen like men's supposed to do. Like husbands are supposed to do.
There it is. That's
you got a problem, you fucking come to me, I'll figure some shit out. In no time.
We're going to tear some shit up. But we're going to solve the problem.
It's going to be solved because I'm not trying to hear your shit. I think on my feet. So, neighbor was like, man, were you in my driveway? Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, last week, I tell him the scenario. Battery died. I need to get my wife's car out so she could get to work. Drove through my backyard, down your
Not
driveway.
through your backyard. I drove through my backyard.
I drove through my yard.
So did no damage to your
down
grass.
your driveway.
Gotcha.
So we're having this conversation at my front door. And the more and more questions he starts asking me, the more and more I start realizing that, wait a second, this motherfucker is accusing me of damaging his property. So I'm like, wait a second. My property is damaged. My yard got fucking tire tracks from a big ass SUV in it.
Right.
From after snow was melted. You know how snow melts. It's wet. Nigga, it's just mud.
Yeah.
I'm like, my yard is damaged.
Right.
There's no damage to your fucking property. And if I did damage your property, I would have fucking told you. That's the kind of guy I am.
Right.
So, long story short, this guy intensifies his accusations as the conversation goes along. And by the time he walks away, I'm like, hold a second. This motherfucker trying to play me. And I got super pissed because he was calculated about his approach. He was clever enough to disarm me with a fucking handshake. So you was mad about the handshake. I was fucking pissed.
You tricked me.
You fucking
you tricked me, Charlie.
Wile E. Coyote me, nigga. You polite.
He hit you with the Acme handshake.
With the Acme Anvil handshake, you fucking bitch. So I'm pissed because now he's on the sidewalk and I can't. Oh, it's too late for me to fucking really go at his ass. Right. Because the conversation is
another
over.
thing. Wait a minute.
As a matter of fact, you know you better not knock on my door again. I can't really do. So I say all that to say that it was the accusation that really fucked with me.
Well,
along with the handshake.
But what did he say you damaged?
He said I damaged his patio.
His patio?
I drove onto his patio and then down the driveway.
So what kind of did he say? Did he specify what type of damage was actually done
First
to the
off,
patio?
there is no damage to his patio.
So he's just talking shit.
He's talking shit, which pissed me off even more after he was on the sidewalk.
Man, wait a minute. So when he said you damaged the patio, what did you say?
I said, I didn't damage your patio. If I did, I would have told you.
Get the fuck out of my yard.
And that's what I would have said. But I was so fucking caught off guard by the handshake and the polite tone that he was talking to me. I'm like, Wait a second,
You
man.
should have learned something from him.
I did.
He hit you with the calmness.
I did.
He hit you with the calm. Hey, he handled you perfectly.
He did. He fucking did.
And left you mad
Yes.
after the fact.
Yes. He did.
Oh my God.
I want to fucking punch him in his face. So
Genius.
now I'm thinking about
Genius.
what to do the next time I see his ass. I'm gonna do something.
No, you're not.
I am.
You wanna know why?
Why?
Because he's already ready for you, and he
No,
got
yeah.
some more shit
No, yeah.
that he gonna do. You gonna go to say,
yeah.
hey man, I want to talk to you. He gonna be like, hey Justin, you know I want to apologize for the way
Nope.
that I came.
Nope.
You gonna be like,
And that's where I'm getting to.
He gonna hit you with another handshake.
That's where I'm getting to with my point, kind of. I'm cool until I'm not fucking cool. And that's like something that triggers me.
He gonna be like, hey, listen, Justin.
No, fuck you. I will break his fucking face, bro.
No, you won't. You got kids and a wife.
No.
And he know it. You ain't doing shit. You ain't gonna do shit.
But that's the thing that was also pissing me off. It's like, that's not very neighborly of this guy.
Oh.
Because
he ain't spoke to you in all this time. He don't give a fuck.
But also, you're a Orthodox Jewish guy. Not that has anything to do with anything, but you're alone. All these other Orthodox Jewish guys got women and about 17 children. You're a weirdo that lives alone, don't got no woman with you. So of course you wouldn't understand me doing what I had to do to let my wife out to go to work. An understanding neighbor would be like, with a woman would be like, you know what, I got, and no damaged property.
Hey, look, I don't want to put this on you, but you're going to look up and there's going to be some paperwork in the mail. He going to be suing you, talking about you damaged his patio, and there's going to be some shit that you have nothing to do with. He going to be on some bullshit.
I wish he would. I could be on the bullshit too. But back to my shit.
Have to be.
So I told that story to get to the point of what triggered me. What made me boiling hot mad was the fact that he accused me of doing something that I fucking didn't do. Now, I say that story because that's recent, but then I go back to something that occurred weeks ago. Maybe even a month or two ago. I don't even really know at this point.
Oh shit! So you used the right word when you said trigger, because he done opened up Pandora's box on your ass.
Fam,
goddamn,
shit runs deep. So this shit took me back to some shit that happened with no names, but some family members.
Ooh.
Where it's like, and this shit is real deep because I talked about this shit last year in my podcast, where it was a show I talked about. I think it was like Blood versus Water was the title of it. Ooh. And it was talking about how family members, blood family members, are not necessarily as close to you or mean as much to you as the family that you choose, which in that term I would say was water.
Yeah.
So you could be born into some shit that's toxic, that's not good for you, that don't really vibe with your spirit.
Yeah.
People that are just bad, just all type of stuff you could be born into. And people that hold that over your head like, this is family, that's your family.
Curses.
But, my nigga, you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
And you can have what we call water, which is family you choose, friends, loved ones, who you spend more time with than family members, who know you.
Or more loyal.
More loyal. They understand you. You confide in one another. Basically, you have a much better rapport with these
It's
people.
the relationship.
Exactly. And you actually do have to work and build relationships.
Absolutely.
So it's not weird that you can have relationships that resemble family with non-family members, which is stronger than those that you have with blood.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Because ultimately what it comes down to is it's still personalities that you have to mesh with.
Exactly.
And just because you blood don't necessarily mean that you somebody I can fuck with for real.
Or that I should.
Or that I should. Because sometimes you, like, man, when they talk about getting rid of toxic relationships,
right.
Yeah,
exactly. They come from all different ways.
They try to make you feel guilty for having to love people from a distance.
There you go. I love that you said love from a distance, because it's not that I don't like you. It's not that I don't love you.
No,
it's that
it is that I don't like you. It's not that I don't love you.
Right. It could be either or.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not even that. It's not a dislike or a dislove. For me, I've spent so much time coming into my own and getting to know me because of, I'm telling you, I know I used to speak a lot about it, but it means so much to understanding how I think in my psyche and how I deal with the world, people around me, and what's important to me.
And what's important is our mental health.
Right.
When it comes to like being like, hey, I can't deal with you because it's not healthy for me.
It's not a good situation.
It's not a good situation.
Plus, I don't have to. That's another thing that people leave out. Like, you're not obligated to do anything that is against what you feel is right.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
And you know what, man, at a younger age, I used to feel like I was obligated to have to because it was family. And it got to a point where it's like, no, I don't. And then being able to get to the point of being comfortable enough to say, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. So coming out of religion really was a time of my life where everything became crystal clear. They say, and I know this for a fact, you cannot see the forest through the trees. You can't see the big picture while you're in it. You have to step back. So once I stepped back from religion, everything seemed crystal clear to me. I told my brother Reg, I said, once I stop going to church, I feel closer to God. It's the same thing with everything in life. You can't see
now, wait,
the forest from the trees.
When you say that, when you say you stop messing with church, are you talking about the building or are you talking about the people?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about both. I completely removed myself so I could focus in and understand what it was that I was contemplating and wanted from this whole situation.
I'm gonna let you speak on this one. I like what you're saying, but I'm gonna let you speak on this.
You're just getting inundated with other thoughts and suggestions, what you should do. And people that's in it, all they do is suggest that you go talk to other people that's in it. You're not getting nothing new except for different versions of the same rhetoric. But I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
What my biggest thing is to this whole trigger situation and me understanding how I need to deal with things that trigger me came from that self-reflective place where I need to understand me. I need to understand what I can deal with, what I can't, what I want, what I don't want, what's worth the confrontation and what's not.
And being comfortable in it.
Thank you.
Of being able to be secure enough in it to be like, man, that's cool.
Thank you. So I'll say it like this, bro. I literally got people that's telling lies about me. That's supposed to be family.
Okay.
Now, I could handle it a couple ways. I could go directly to the person or people or whoever it is and say, why are you saying this? But for me, it's not important enough to do that. Because I also believe that once someone shows you who they are, you just take it for what it is. And you decide whether that's something you want to deal with or whether it's something you can do without. So, like I just said, is it worth the confrontation? For me, it's actually not. Because I'm not going to go and spend time and effort to defend my character when all I've shown is a good character.
You know what? That's a good point right there. Because this is how I feel in regards to any type of situation where somebody is out here falsely speaking about my character. Anybody that matters in my life, anybody that really knows me, is going to know if a person is full of shit. And what I noticed about a lot of people that speak falsely about me, like sometimes some people say stuff about me that's past tense true.
Right.
And that's only because they know an old me. And you got some people that want to pull you back into being the old you in order to have something negative to say about you because they don't want to respect your growth.
Yeah, they like the old you better.
Yeah, they like the old you better because they got something to talk about.
Yeah.
Because they ain't got shit to say about the new you.
They got something in common with the old one.
Right. Because they fucked up. But you know what, man? I ain't got time to defend myself to nobody, man. Like, if I got time to be able to entertain a conversation and be like, man, you know what? That's bullshit. It is what it is. But I'm not about to go out of my way to have to defend no accusations about my character, especially if it's coming from a motherfucker that don't mean shit to me.
Man, but that's the thing. It's like, when it comes to like family, bro, it's the weirdest shit in the world.
I'm not saying you shouldn't address the family.
It's the weirdest shit in the world, bro. It's almost like, and it even, it's almost like, all right, how would someone, because I know people who know me and spend time with me would never say the things about me that these people are saying. So it's like, how is this even possible? For me, it's like, it's beyond even the realm of comprehension.
Let me ask this question because I'm intrigued, and I'm pretty sure that the listeners are going to be intrigued. So I got to ask you: are you comfortable with, like you said, you started off saying no names, but are you willing to elaborate on what was said, or is that something that's a little bit?
Oh man, it was said that I cussed somebody out when I did it, and that's the part that also fucks me up because that. Oh yeah, I'm glad you said that because that brings me back to my point about the Jewish man next door.
Okay.
I should have cussed his ass out, like you said.
Yeah.
No, I didn't damage your property. Fuck you. Go home.
Right.
Before I call the police on your bitch ass for trespassing.
I was about to say something I can't say. I had to catch myself. But then my character gonna be talked about. Because what I was getting ready to say, it clicked to me like as soon as you make that comment, you're gonna be classified as being this, and I'm like, I have to really, really monitor what I say sometimes.
You do.
I do.
And I always
we with the shit.
That's what I'm saying.
We with the shit.
But I always lead with
gotta
respect.
be careful.
And that's what pisses me off. It's like, I always lead with respect.
Yeah.
I'm a common, courteous dude. I hold doors open for dudes and women alike. Like, I'm a courteous, respectful guy.
Yeah.
So when I'm consciously going into a situation like, okay, these are women that I'm dealing with. I'm a man. And you know my family is mostly women. Exactly.
We're logical, and I'm not even going to speak about the other side.
Fam.
We're logical.
Exactly. So it's like, I can't win this situation where it's me and women.
Yeah.
No man can win that situation.
Well, think about this. We both married men, and we both are logical men, and we both have wives that can be
difficult,
emotional. I was going to say.
There you go. See,
emotional. I was going to say, and there's certain type of ways that we have to handle our
wives. Wait a second. Is difficult and emotional equal? No, carry on.
They're emotional, and it's difficult for us. Can I say that? Can I say that? Does that mean they go hand in hand?
That's great.
And you know, and it is something that we have to accept as men, and there's certain type of ways that we have to go about handling it, but we have to be careful not to become emotional in handling it, because that definitely doesn't help.
And that's why. See, in this situation that I'm speaking on specifically, I'm proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself. Because I actually didn't do what was said that I did, which was cuss everybody out. I could have easily cussed everybody out, and it would have been bad. And then you would have
confirmed
exactly
what was said. That's where we have to be careful.
There you go. I was smart enough in that moment to be like, oh, I feel like I was getting baited. I'm like, oh, you want me to fly off the handle so you can confirm whatever it is idea that you have about me, which isn't true.
Man, check this out real quick. It's so funny you say this. So, one of my, I have children that, by a particular person. That
the mother.
Yeah. So, a couple years ago, I go to a function with, with their family, their mom's family. And while there, I'm interacting with the family. You know me, man. I'm cool. I kick it. I have a ball. I'm loud. I'm very social, man. And I have a ball with people. So while I'm there, a lady come up to me that was at the function, say, "You Wayne?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, and she spoke about my children like their dad. I'm like, "Yeah." She said, I never would have thought that you were the person that I heard about. And at first I was confused.
Oh shit, what the fuck you done heard?
At first I was confused, but then I thought about it. I had to think about the person that I had children with. And
that's how she knew you?
Huh?
Is that how she knew you?
She didn't. That was where she heard about. She never met me before.
Okay, that's how she heard.
The only thing she knew about me was what she heard about me from these people.
I got you.
And I had to realize that, man, you know what? Sometimes the best way to be able to explain who you are is to just show who you are. And, you know, and that's the best way to be able to change people's perspective of you when they already have a false perspective. Just keep living your life and doing what it is that you do. And if who you really are matches up with what they heard, then so be it. And if it doesn't, then fuck them either way it go, man. Like,
but don't you have to have interactions with people for
shit? And that's when it comes down to what I told you earlier. Like, to have interaction. If you want to talk to somebody that I don't interact with, there ain't nobody that I give a fuck about what they think about me anyway. Because if you can sit up there and judge me and sit up there and have a certain type of way that you feel towards me without even meeting me for yourself, you ain't a person that I give no fuck about anybody anyway. Like, really think about that. Why am I going to waste energy caring about what somebody think about me when I don't even know who you are anyway?
No, that's like, I mean, that's kind of like an internet troll talking shit about your fucking whatever idea that you have.
But let's say they talking shit to somebody that you know. If that person doesn't interact with you enough to know your character as a person, to be like, man, come on, that's not Justin. That's not Wayne.
Right.
You know, or to be able to reach out and be like, hey, man, what's going on? Like, if you ain't a person that got that type of relationship with me, I'm not really concerned about what you think, because in a lot of ways, people going to come up with their own perception of you no matter what. People looking for every million people that it is that love you, it's going to be about 5 million that hate you.
Damn, I wish that, I hope that many people know me.
Man, but you the point is that it don't make no difference what we do in life. It is impossible for man, we could live like Jesus. At least how they say Jesus lived. And guess what? People did not like Jesus. They didn't.
No, they crucified him. And hated on him.
Snitches. So what they gonna do to us? Like, man, you got people, you have bad people, you have people that want us to fail even when we're doing well. Like, you got to think about that, man. You can't step outside your hookup and start you cannot become what they're already perceiving you to be in order to prove a point. You're working against the grain.
That is true. And you know what an example of that? Example of all that going wrong, not to switch gears at all or backtrack, is the comedian Ari Shaffir, the dude who made those comments about Kobe after he died. Yeah. Talking about he should have died 5 years ago or something like that. That's an example of what you're talking about, because he does shit for shock value.
Shock value. You hear me talk about it all the time.
He had a fan base, or has a fan base, that goes to him specifically to hear what he has to say after famous people die. And that shit, over time, he allowed what people expected of him to become his persona. And it grew and grew and grew, and now you get to the point...
He built a career off of it.
Built a career off of it, and now it's to the point where you so lost and jaded and out of touch. You done put your whole career in jeopardy by putting your foot in your mouth, by doing and being with the people.
And attacked the wrong person.
And said about the wrong person. So now you out here like, fuck. What do I do now?
Yeah.
You got to let just time.
Because his career was superficial. Your career was built around their expectation of you.
Right. Which means you're superficial.
Right.
Which means you're not genuine.
Exactly.
You ain't doing what it is that you actually do.
You looked at something, you did something and was like, man, that worked. Yeah. I'm about to become that.
Yeah. Gimmick shit.
Gimmick. Great word.
Which is what scares me. I guess we could transition off of that, because I'm done. That's what scares me about... It don't scare me, but it makes me think about all these, because D-Hawk mentioned it, all the careers that would be over if social media was like dead. If they cut off social media, you know how many fucking people just are making money just because what they're doing draws attention. It's not that it's even good. It's not that it's even like a great thing or it's like sustainable. It just draws attention.
Man, think about this real quick, man. And you know
That's
what?
funny.
I ain't here to knock nobody's hustle, but think about the Shade Room. You hip to the Shade Room?
Yeah. Just like World Star.
Shade Room is successful for talking about other people's shit. What talent do you have? Like, and I think it was Chris Rock that was talking about critics. It might have been, I don't know if it was Chris Rock or Martin, whatever it was. They was just talking about motherfuckers that's just sit up here talking shit about what you do when they can't do what the fuck it is that you do.
Exactly.
And it's like,
but it's like we have there's so many industries
and they're famous off of it.
But there's a lot of industries built on that. I mean, look at Sports Center. It was built off of mostly white men that couldn't play football or basketball, who just studied it and had some other aspect of the game that they could parlay as the athletic people and the gifted people did. The
Man,
enjoyable
hey,
part.
listen, man, I got an uncle, man. I had a conversation with him about Jamel Hill. And
what happened to her?
Jamel Hill got
Yeah, I know, but what's she doing now? Don't she got a
Jamel
podcast?
Hill, she got a podcast. Yeah, she doing her thing with that, but and newly married and everything like that. But he was talking about how he don't like female being, personnels on the sports shows talking about like football and stuff like that. Like how's you talking about a sport that you ain't never played before? And I'm a fan of Jamel Hill because I'm looking like she might not necessarily have played, but a lot of she be knowing what she talking about though. Like I be looking like I kind of agree with her, but yeah, like I feel it. But you're right. It'd be a lot of dudes. I think I heard. So I seen a post today where somebody was like, "Man, why does it seem like the most successful coaches are the ones that weren't good when they played, but the ones that was good don't coach well?" Talking about like you don't see like Jordans or the Magics or here's
a theory. Here's a theory. You know how they say if you don't have one of your senses, like if you don't have your sight, your hearing intensifies.
Yeah.
I think it's that way with sports. Or if you can't athletically do it, but you really love it, you are able to intensify your understanding of it if you dive into it. That's
because if you think about it, man, if Jordan said, "Hey, man, I'm a coach," man, the first thing you be thinking, the GOAT,
right?
Coach it, give him to me. You thinking that
like
MJ, he suck as an owner.
GM MJ, this nigga's he can pick out talent like that. This nigga's terrible.
You would think he would be able to.
The worst.
Magic did all right.
No, he didn't.
No, he did all right when he made the deal happen for LeBron, and then he stepped away.
LeBron made the deal happen for LeBron.
But still,
LeBron knew he was going to LA regardless. Now, what Magic did was get AD there.
Bird did all right in Indiana for that short time that he was coaching.
He did.
Bird did all right.
He wasn't. He was a GM.
Bird was a coach. Larry Bird coached.
He did.
Yeah, Larry Bird's coached it. As a matter of fact, I think he might have won Coach of the Year one year. But then I don't know what happened.
How long ago was that?
That was in the 90s, I want to say. Late 90s. What was that?
Yeah, his most recent stint in the NBA was as a GM.
You sure?
Yes.
I'm going to have to fact check that. I'm going to get back to you on that.
I don't think he was coaching more recently than he was a front office guy. But I could be wrong. But that brings back bad memories, and I don't like talking about Celtics because and that was when LeBron took off the jersey and was like, "Fuck everything, I'm moving down."
Yeah, but Bird wasn't affiliated with them.
He was.
No, he wasn't. He was. When that happened.
I'm thinking Indiana.
Yeah.
My bad. He was with the Pacers.
Yeah.
He was with the Pacers. But what you're talking about was way long time ago.
What, when Bird was coaching?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but I'm just saying, he was somebody that was a great that coached and had success.
Right.
You know.
Before we get off of here, I would definitely want to go back to something else that I mentioned off off air, but we was talking about Black History Month and the acceptance speech that you didn't see. Is it Joaquin? I think it's Joaquin Phoenix, and he was accepting an award. Yeah, for the Joker. I think it was like a British award. I don't think it was American. But during his speech, I thought I had it, but I don't have it. Y'all should go look it up. He talked about and he spoke up for African Americans and how underrepresented we was in that genre, in that medium of films and acting. And it was pretty deep, man. Go back and check I've never really seen a white dude speak like that at an award as the winner of an award.
Right.
For minorities. Like, that shit was pretty deep. And it made me think about that because I also think about Tyler, the Creator, and what he said when he accepted his award. You know, they tried to shit on him. They gave him an underhanded compliment. He won Best Rap Album, but he didn't make no rap album. So he accepted his award. He was like, man, you know what? I'm happy that I was acknowledged for my great work, but it almost seems like a slap in the face because every time a minority or a black man or black woman makes a record that is different or outside of the box of what you expect them to do, you put us in urban categories. And he said this during, like, as a winner.
Right.
And I thought that he articulated that shit perfectly as a winner while still being humble and thankful for it, at least getting acknowledged.
Right.
And, you know, saying that you are the best, but he didn't make no rap. So it's like you in the wrong category, but you probably would have won the best album category had they put you in that. But they don't want no black man.
They just made it a rap album.
Right. That's allegedly gay.
Right.
Look like you being.
And he be saying a lot of shit for shock value too. That's what they say.
You can't get the best award of the night.
What was he on Sway and he said some shit? Nigga, pause.
That's what what's his name? Will Smith's son. He was like,
Jaden Smith.
I'm so happy for my boyfriend. He just won a Grammy.
That happened? Man, you gotta tell me this shit before the show.
We're out now. Everybody knows my boyfriend won a Grammy.
He said this?
Yeah. And I'm not on Twitter, but I heard this was a tweet. They're an item. I guess. And that's the thing with them. I don't know if they're being for real or if this is all just for shock value and just attention. It's hard to tell what's genuine these days. I really don't know. Speaking of that, shit, Antonio Brown is out here apologizing. Antonio Brown dresses like, you know what he dressed like, man? He dressed like one of the Village People.
He is one of the Village People.
I don't know who brought back the dangly earring.
Man, hold on. So
you know
hold on, man. I'm so glad you brought this up. So last night I told you I was watching the game. So you know on TNT they got the panel where it's normally Shaq, Ernie, Kenny Smith, and Barkley.
Yeah.
Last night D Wade was on there instead of Barkley. D Wade had the dangly earring, and I'm looking like, what the fuck is that earring he got in his ear? Like, I think it had like a feather hanging from it, some shit. I'm like,
you serious?
On everything I love, man. So it's so crazy that you mentioned the dangly earring because I just seen it with D Wade, and I'm like, is this the new fashion trend?
I guess that's what's back. I don't know what. I don't understand.
I'm not wearing
fashion.
I'm not wearing it,
and it's one.
It's one. He had one. It was just one.
Man, I be Saquon Barkley doing that shit. Like, I don't understand.
That's the new thing now. They rocking the one day.
But it looks so weird when the old niggas is doing the young nigga trends. D Wade, what are you doing? You're a retired NBA nigga with the new trends. You rocking one dangly earring like it's the 80s. Deion did that shit.
They looking like they straight out of Beach Street with this bullshit.
Somebody need to give Deion some credit, bro.
Say this?
Yes. Hammer, MC Hammer, these niggas.
Man, that shit was out before them. Like you said, the 80s, man. Like these motherfuckers was doing this shit, like breaking, like that, oh my god, man. Like, come on, man. But you know what? A lot of old, but all it is just old school shit being recycled.
It is. That's how everything is.
Yeah.
Trends is all recycled. Like I said, these women with these surgeries, these fake asses, fake titties.
That ain't being recycled.
They are. You can't recycle those. You got to throw those away.
Man, no, that's some new shit.
You take those out, you have to throw those in the trash. You can't recycle implants. I don't think that would be nasty. God. What if they do? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. They probably do recycle them ass implants.
Man, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like that ain't no like yeah. It was a point in time where it was all about the fake boobs, but nowadays, man, they got the new asses. They got the Dr. Miami is doing it.
But
big.
what I'm saying is, that stuff is gonna go out of style. Okay, do you remember when implants...
I don't think it is.
They are. When implants was first on the scene, the white women was doing it.
Right.
It was only the white women, and it was getting them big old gigantic
Pamela
brown...
Anderson joints.
Yes, that shit went out of style. Then...
Did it though?
The huge, gigantic circular... Fam, who do you see?
Well, I'm talking about just implants.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about how it started. It started, the first ones was them big, huge ones. You know, that's out of style now. That used to be a novelty thing. That's out of style. Then it went from that to the black women getting the gigantic ass implants.
They out here looking like ants.
That is a novelty now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I thought you were just talking about the surgery in general.
You see T.I.'s wife, Tiny? She has one of the worst. Her and K. Michelle got some of the worst ass implants you would ever see, man. She got it when it was early. She jumped on it too soon. The ones that are out now look supernatural, bro.
I ain't about to talk about that man's.
I don't give a fuck about his damn. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about her implants. Those are all for on display for everyone to fucking critique. They look bad. Lala's look great. It's levels. You don't think Lala's look good?
I didn't say it looked good or bad. I just made the face of like.
But that wasn't
I know it wasn't no insult. That was a face of Lala.
Like it could go either way.
Hey, no. That was a face
or
of.
Or is it just Lala?
I'm gonna say this. I'm not a fan of the. I'm not a fan of the surgeries in general, man. It's like, I get it, man. Like you got some women out here that's like, if you just sit up there and went and had a child or a couple of kids and your body then just got towed down and you need a mommy makeover, I get it.
A mommy makeover.
That's what you need, a mommy makeover, I get it, man. But you got some women that's just out here getting surgeries due to a lack of confidence.
That's mostly what it.
And I'm just, even the mommy makeovers might be due to that, but like some of these women want to, they looking like shit. Like, man, y'all kids that tore my goddamn body up, man, or whatever done. Like, I want to look sexy to myself, and I even get that. But man, when y'all out here just destroying yourselves for attention, I just can't do it, man.
The mommy makeovers is done. It's money makeovers now.
There it is.
It's all for the bag.
There it is. That right there, I'm just like, hey, but
ass for the cash.
And that's where it's like, that's what's being glorified. Where I'm like, I'm not about to get behind that. Like, you out here with the fake booty.
I mean, I'll get behind it, but I ain't finna get behind it.
I love my wife. I love my wife.
Man.
I'm not even coming back to the JMatt show after this.
Right. What else you got? Anything else, man? I think we done covered everything.
Man, we done covered it, man.
Antonio Brown and Logan Paul, they might be doing a pay-per-view fight. Antonio Brown is down and out.
Hey, man, fuck Antonio Brown. He was a Steeler anyway.
XFL, I'm looking forward to the XFL. That starts, I think, in 2 weeks or next week.
Hey, man, I do want to say this, man. Hey, y'all stay tuned, man, because at some point, man, we're going to bring another top 5 to you.
Yeah, I got a couple of those that I've been working on. I'm scared of the rap ones, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm scared of the rap ones, only because rap is so... it's all subjective, but I don't listen to enough rap to be like top 5 rap. I think I'm going to stay away from the top 5 rap.
Man, come on, man. We got to do the top 5 hip-hop females.
I'll do it.
I gotta do that one, man.
But I think we're gonna be. We might do that in just.
We gonna need a crew for that one.
We'll work it out.
We need a crew for that one.
We'll try to work that one out somehow, some way.
Yeah.
And we're gonna. I think we got some. We might have some guests coming up where we might be able to throw that top 5 back in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stick around. We'll see what happens, man. It's been
no
real.
Cal this time, man. And when he got rid of New Edition, I was done. I
might bring.
No,
Kyle
it wasn't
back.
New Edition. He got rid of Boys to Men.
I might bring him back just for that one, man. Just to see what the fuck type of assholeness he brings to the show. And he got that young ear too, so who knows what the fuck he gonna say.
Oh,
that
man.
might be interesting. But I think that's it, man. We out of here. We'll see y'all next week. JMatt Show. It's been real. Love.